Now, our topic is online transactions. First of all, what is the meaning of online transaction? Online transaction is a payment method in which transfer of funds or money happens online over electronic fund transfer. Whenever we want to give some money to other person or we purchase something, either we can make the payment in cash or we can make the payment online. Online transaction process is secure and password protected. Three steps involved in online transaction are registration, placing an order, and payment. In case of registration, let us understand the same with the help of example. Suppose you want to purchase something from Amazon site. You have to get yourself registered on that site. If you are not registered, you are to register the same yourself on the site, for which the site will ask you normal questions like your name, your phone number, your email address, and such other questions. And after that, you will be required to have your login name and password. After completing the process of registration, you will be able to purchase anything on which is available on the Amazon site. And after placing the order, the next slide will open, which will ask for the payment, whether you want to use credit card, debit card, net banking, or some other payment method. Online transaction can be conducted using various devices, including desktop computers, laptops, smartphones, and tablet computers. There is no need to do any kind of paperwork in online transactions. You have only to use your computer or mobile phone or tablet computer which is having internet connection, and you can transact online. You can make as many transactions as you want without any restrictions. It means that if you have purchased something on any online site, then after that you can again purchase after completing the first transaction. Now, what are the features of online transactions? First is o- online transactions are faster. You can purchase something or make payment to some other person very quickly in matter of seconds. Second feature of online transaction is lower transaction cost. Suppose we have taken some money from someone. If we want to repay the same, it is quite possible that the other person is residing some miles away from our home. One method may be we go to his home and make the payment, which will involve the time spending, and also we have will have to go to the other person by means of some transport. It will involve cost. But in the case of online transaction, the lower transaction cost is there because you have already have internet connection, and only some minor charges may be levied for the online transaction. Next is 24 by 7 accessibility. You can purchase or sell something online 24 by 7, or you can send the payment to someone 24 by 7. As already explained, if you are to make payment to someone, you can make the payment in cash or online. If you want to make the payment in cash, you will not go to his house or office at night. There is some time period, office hours, or you will visit that house during daytime. But in the case of online transaction, you can purchase something or you can send the payment to other person anytime, whether it is day or night. Next feature of online transaction is reduced role of human in the whole transaction process. All transactions are recorded and stored digitally, hence chances of human error are reduced because all the payments in case of online transaction are recorded digitally. The chances of errors are reduced. If we record a transaction in case of offline transaction manually, it is quite possible that while writing, suppose in case of 10 lakhs, we may write only 5 zeros. So there are chances of human error in case of offline transactions. Or whenever we are making the payment in cash, we are to make the payment of say 100 notes of $1 each. It is quite possible that while counting we may count 101 or 1 or only 19. So there is chances of human error in case of online offline transactions. Next feature of online transaction is removes geographical barriers. If you are to buy something, it is quite possible that the seller may be stationed at some remote city or in some other state, but you are not supposed to go there in case of online transaction. But in case of offline transaction, you have to go to that city. But while purchasing something online or while you are making payment to some other person online, you have not to go there. You can make the payment or buy something while sitting at your home or in office. Next feature of online transaction is that it is generally secured. Security features such as one-time password are provided to protect against security risks. Though there may be some risks in online transactions, we have to be aware of some precautions which we should take while transacting online. We will discuss about those safety points which we should keep in mind while transacting online in the later. Is it possible to cancel an online transaction after the payment has been made? It means that we have visited some site, say Flipkart, and we have purchased something and made the payment of the same through credit card, debit card, or internet banking. Whether is it possible to cancel the transaction when the payment has already been made? Answer is cancellation is only possible if the merchant cancel your transaction and initiate a refund of the same transaction. In other words, when you have made the payment of on in case of online transaction, you cannot cancel the same yourself. Next question, why does a transaction fail while doing an online payment? Many times when we purchase something on any site, online site, there are many times the transaction is not complete. We are unable to purchase or send payment to other person. Now the answer is while using a card for making an online payment or when we are using internet banking for making payment, there are many parties involved in the same. While we are making payment through card, there are many parties involved such as issuing bank, processing platform, acquiring bank, merchant platform, card networks like Visa, Master, etc. Once a payment is being processed, all the players play their role at the same time. And if any of these has some issues at its end of network, the payment tends to fail. Suppose we understand the same with the help of example. Suppose we are sitting at home, we are having internet connection. We go to Amazon site and make purchase something. While making payment, we make use of some debit card or credit card or some other internet banking. Then we have to make the payment through Amazon, and after receiving the payment, the site will say okay, your order has been placed. But it is quite possible that our internet connection may fail. It is also quite possible that the debit card which belongs to some card network like Visa or Master, his network internet facility may have dropped. It is quite possible that our banker from where we have obtained the debit card or credit card, or we are availing the internet facility, their internet may be slow, or Amazon site may be slow. So when many of the parties are involved in the same transaction, there may be some problem at any of the sites. So in that case, the payment tends to fail. Now we may be having money in our account. Now, what are the benefits of online transaction? First is saves time. Online transaction saves time on purchasing, or whenever we want to send money to someone, we have not to go to market to purchase something, or we have not to visit the other person's office or market or his home to make the payment in cash. We can send the payment online or purchase something online. Convenient. You can do online shopping at any time of day or night from the comfort of your home or office. Offline markets are open during the prescribed day of the time, or very few of the same are available 24 by 7. So in case of online shopping, we can make the payment in any time of the day or night, or we can send money to someone at any time, whether it is day or night. Next benefit of online transaction is it is faster and easier. Online transactions are often faster and easier than conventional brick and mortar transactions. Brick and mortar transactions means whenever we visit to a shop to purchase something, then it involves time in going there, selecting something from the display, and then make payment. Whereas in case of online transactions, we can select something which is we want from the list which is displayed before us on the computer or mobile, and we can make the payment while sitting at our home. Buy anything. You can look for anything on the internet and buy it. Whenever you want to purchase something offline, you may have to visit many stores to find a particular brand of product which you want to buy. But in the case of online transaction, hundreds and thousands of products are available on the single site. So it in saves time and it is faster and easier. Next point of benefit of online transaction is easier to transfer money. We can easily transfer money from one place to another, or to someone who lives in a different country. Next benefit is no need to carry cash. The person does not have to carry cash to pay for the transaction. Next point is absence of delays in payment. It means that there is absence of delays that occur during offline transactions. In the case of offline transactions, it is quite possible that you have purchased something for say rupees $1,000. If the money is counted manually, it will take quite some time. But when you are making the payment online, it happens in just a matter of seconds. Now, what are the various limitations of online transactions? First point is high server load. Sometimes it happens with million of requests at the same time and becomes difficult to handle those all, and hence the server gets down, which results in difficulty to make any online transaction. Let us understand the same with the help of example. Suppose there is some festival sale on some online site, say Flipkart. As the site is giving, say, 30% discount flat on all its products, and there is lot of advertisement on various TV and newspaper channels, then what the people will do? The public will try to purchase the same immediately before the product is out of stock. So when there is huge discount on the products available online on any particular site during any festival season or any sale time, then the requests may be in millions, which the server may not be able to handle. You are already aware that each server has its own capacity to handle the requests. So when the requests exceed the limit of the server becomes overloaded. So it is quite possible that you may not be able to complete your online transaction at that time. Next point of limitation of online transaction is security issue. Online transactions are often not secure. This means that there is risk of identity theft or fraud. It happens that we have opened Flipkart, say Flipkart site, but there are some hackers or other persons which may have made their web page or website which appears to be of that of Flipkart, but it may start with say HTTP, which is not a safe site. That is, some fake sites may be appearing to be just like the original one. So in that case, we may make the payment to that wrong site and our money goes in vain, and we will not receive anything in back. So we have to be very careful why we are making use of online transactions. Third limitation of online transaction is wrong recipient or wrong amount. Suppose we want the payment to be sent to, say, Pushkar, but through an oversight we have sent the payment to, say Pushpinder, whose account was already available in our internet banking. So what will happen? It is quite possible that we may not be able to recover the same through the from the other person. It is also quite possible that we had to send payment of rupees, say, $50,000 to someone, and we wrongly typed, say, 5 lakh dollar. What will happen if we do not check the payment properly, whether we are sending the payment to the correct person or whether we are sending the correct amount? We may send the money to wrong person or we may send the wrong amount, which will create a lot of problem at a later date, and we may not be able to recover the same from the other person, because it depends on the other person whether he will return the payment or not. Reputation issue. During online shopping, if the server gets down even for a second, so many e-transactions are affected, by which it leads to an impact on the reputation of the organization. We are using internet daily. Whenever any particular reputable sites like Amazon, Flipkart, even their server fails for a second, there are lot of messages flashed on Twitter and others news. It makes the headline on news that the server of particular online site was down for seconds. and the public was not able to purchase the products for so many minutes. It creates a reputation issue for the organization. So all the online sites try to maintain their sites in the best possible manner so that such type of problem does not exist on their site. Finally, some consumers may feel more comfortable conducting transactions in person rather than online. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.